Hey everyone, this is my best of beauty for 2017 everything else category. I did my makeup one already, which I'll link below, and a little quick backstory, why I have like a different outfit on, different makeup, all that sort of thing, because I filmed them back to back so that I could, I pulled all the products out and I might as well film them both together to save time, but I went to upload both videos, I filmed both, went to upload them to my computer, and this portion was gone, like erased completely. And I was like, this is awful. So, and I got sick the following day, so a little bit of a delay, but I'm back with all of the other stuff, skincare, hair, tools. Yes, that's pretty much everything. So let's get started. First favorite was the Shiseido Facial Cotton. No surprise there. Oh, I have hair. Oh my gosh, constantly shedding. It's starting already, the postpartum shedding. The Shiseido Facial Cotton, I have talked about that before. It's pricey cotton, but is it better than drugstore cotton? Totally, yes. I use it for toners, for micellar waters, anything like that. It really does make a difference. I typically use 2 at a time. I know many of you have sent me messages that you found kind of dupes or cheaper versions or other versions that you love. I love this. And you know when you just get stuck on something and you possibly could find something better or whatnot, but there's other things to search for that are more exciting than replacing my cotton right now. So I'm gonna stick with this, and I've been using it for years and I always love it. Next, this may surprise you because I talked about it a little bit in the summer, but when I was going through my, trying to narrow this stuff down, I really was looking at like, what did I really use over and over again? Just because I didn't rave about it nonstop doesn't mean that it's not a favorite. And it was the Kate Somerville SPF 50 Makeup Setting Spray. Yeah. This stuff it gives it blurs imperfections, it mattifies the skin, it gives you an SPF 50, and it sets your makeup. I loved carrying this around in the summer because as I was out and about throughout the day, I would have an SPF on, but maybe you're out for a long period of time and you're just, like me, I tend to burn very easily and, I'm just concerned about wrinkles and stuff. So I would just spray this on midday or after I've been out all day, just for an added layer. I think something like this would be great if you wanted to bring it to an amusement park or a fair that you're going to be out at all day. Maybe you're wearing a light base or light makeup and you have SPF on already, but you just want to make sure that you're touching up throughout the day. That's a really great option. Okay, talking about some hair stuff. This is not a surprise. Some of these things are things that you've seen me talk about for a long time, so I'm sorry, but they really are, I'm still using them this year and they still are a favorite or a best of, and some stuff is new. But the Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil line. So I've got the oil here and the heat protectant primer here. This is one of the only heat protectants that I've ever used. I don't think I've tried too many, but the reason why I started using this is I just needed something to kind of tame my hair, and I knew I was putting a lot of heat on it, and I tried this on a whim. I use it when my hair is damp, and I just find that it never weighed my hair down. It helps protect it, never weighs it down. It does help with frizz slightly. Obviously, an oil or something like that would help even more, but it's just, if you struggle, I have very oily scalp, which can end drier ends, but still my ends are not as dry as someone whose overall hair is dry. So I find that a lot of oil products or hair products really weigh my hair down. So this is one of the first ones that never did, and I still love it and use it all the time. I will not use it on dry hair though. I don't like it on dry hair. It makes my hair limp and greasy and gross, but damp hair, it's perfect. The oil. This is one of the few oils that I can use. I'm really fussy and picky about hair oils because they always make my hair look greasy and weighed down. But this is one of the only ones that doesn't. Probably why it's called the Invisible line, the Hairdresser's Invisible line. And I just use a smallest amount. I'm talking sometimes it's did you even put any on your finger? Yes, I did. Tiny, 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 and goes over all of my ends. Just when they need, maybe when it's the summertime, my hair's a little frizzy, or they just look really, really dull and lifeless, I will use an oil when these other 2 products maybe are not working, because the oil is a little bit heavier than these. And it is my Kerastase sprays. I talked about these in my recent hair video. The Elixir Ultimate I've been using longer. The Aura Botanica Moisturizing Oil Mist is newer to me. I said in that hair video, I have no idea what the difference is. Because on my hair, I'm sure on the website you can go read about the differences, but we're talking about an actual results and what they do. I can't tell the difference. They both hydrate my hair, help it like bring some shine to it, never weighs it down, takes away flyaways. It just brings my hair back to life when it's looking dull, dry, brittle, broken, gross. Especially because I color my hair and I obviously lighten it and lighten the ends and that sort of thing. So it can look really damaged on the ends. Though surprisingly, when I go to my hairdresser, he's like, your ends actually hold up pretty well, but they can just look really dry. Both of these I can use on dry hair, and I just spray a little bit into my hands and I just kind of comb through, and it just really makes such a difference. And it's light enough that my oily scalp and roots and all that sort of thing doesn't weigh my hair down and make it look, you know, too greasy or whatnot. All right, this made it in, obviously, Beauty Blender. I wasn't using it for many years. I was into makeup brushes, but then, I don't know, just makeup brushes weren't cutting it as much. And I started introducing this into my routine. It is as good as everyone says. I mean, do you have a beauty blender? Doesn't everybody have a beauty blender? If you don't, that's okay. Don't have FOMO, because I didn't use one for years and everyone raved about it, and I didn't have FOMO. I just was like, I'm just living my best life over here with my makeup brushes. You're living your best life with your beauty blender. Now I'm on the beauty blender bandwagon. There are still a lot of makeup brushes that I love, but I consistently use that. I would say maybe I use a makeup brush 30 days out of the whole year. So the rest of all the other days, I was using the beauty blender. Dry shampoo, Kerastase K Powder Bluff. Love it. It's one of my favorite dry shampoos. It's one of the few that I found that doesn't make my hair feel very dirty and does help to give a little bit of volume. I like to use my dry shampoo, little tip, I like to use my dry shampoo in the evening because I find that it has longer to work, so it has longer time to soak up the oils. So I feel like my hair I wake up next morning, my hair is very fresh and lightweight and looks like I've, shampooed it, or it doesn't look like second or third day hair. But when I use it in the morning or the daytime before styling, that's when I find my hair gets really flat, or buildup happens, or it looks just really like your hair looks dirty. So using it at night has been my new thing. The Donna Karan Cashmere Mist. No surprise there. I've talked about this more times than I can count. Yeah, it's a deodorant from a fragrance. Like Cashmere Mist launched how many years ago? And it's a deodorant antiperspirant from the line. You can go to Macy's and go to the fragrance counter, and there's a deodorant for almost every single fragrance. Ew! And most of them are in those little gift sets, and they're like, it's the fragrance and a deodorant. And you're like, no thanks, can I switch that out for a shower gel or a body lotion? Who buys fragrance deodorant? I don't know what Donna Karan did, but she made this stands apart from all other fragrance deodorants. Gross. This is an antiperspirant as well. It does an amazing job at keeping you dry. The scent is lovely. It does not interfere with any fragrance that you're using. And I bought into the hype and I started using it and I love it. I'm a lot drier. I'm a big sweater. Like not sweater, but sweater. And I get that from my dad because he was a big sweater as well. We both I don't perspire. I don't look kind of dewy and stuff. I sweat. Like growing up, all my girlfriends were they would perspire and they look so cute during gym class. Here I am and my armpits are soaked in my shirt and I'm dripping sweat, and I was that girl. So that was not cute. So I need something really to help me stay dry, and this is amazing. SelfTanner. Listen, this past summer was the summer of me being tan. I don't know if you noticed in a lot of, especially my outfit post videos, or my outfit posts, not videos, my outfit posts. And if you didn't know, if you're new to my YouTube channel, I have a blog, regular blog, and I post on there 5 to 6 days a week. So YouTube, I only do 1 or 2 days a week, but I post there almost every single day, and I do a lot of outfit posts. And I decided this summer I wanted to be tan. So I have a girl in the area that does amazing spray tans, and they're absolutely beautiful. They're not streaky. But as the fall came, I was like, I don't want to keep doing spray tans because only small parts of my body will be showing. And so I decided I wanted to try something on my lower legs one day. I actually showed this on my Insta stories so you could see how evenly it applies. I've tried a ton of self-tanners before. Those that people recommended to me, everyone's like, they don't streak, they don't streak. They streak. But this did not streak. I don't know why, but I use the mitt that it comes with. It's a foam. It's the St. Tropez Self-Tan Classic Bronzing Mousse. And I just spread it over my legs, and it just gives me like a hint of color. I can add a second application. It gives me a little more color, but it never gets streaky or patchy or anything. So that stuff wowed me, and I use it even like in the wintertime. You know, if it gets warm enough and I want to wear like a longer dress or a midi dress and boots and just a little part of my leg is going to show, I'll put that on so my legs have just a hint of color. This was a year of a lot of cleansers that I loved. I really didn't try out a lot of skincare this year. I mean, I tested more probably than the average person. I've talked about this before. I know I'm a little bit of a broken record, but I've really been paring down what I'm testing because I just want to stick with what's working, rather than go automatically for like everything new that comes in. I pass on a lot of things, and I just have wanted to stick with what I'm liking and what's working for me. Obviously, I'm, still testing out things here and there, but cleansers really stuck out for me because a lot of my serums and moisturizers and whatnot, I have a few here. Really, I just stuck with a few, and nothing was mind-blowing enough for me to include in this video. I liked them. Some were in my favorites videos, but this is truly what I feel like I kept going back to throughout the year and I felt was worthy of making the cut. Got some cleansers here. The IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Melt Away Cleansing Balm. Lightweight, gets your makeup off like trying to snap and dropping everything like that. Takes off mascara, eyeliner, everything. Is it great for a second cleanse? Does it have all these like fantastic ingredients that I want to sit on my skin? No. This is just like one and done. Get your makeup off and it is fantastic. And then the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. I fell back in love with this. I had used this a long time ago, and then I did a collaboration with them this year, and you got to try a few more of their products. And I just fell back in love with it. It's a medium weight cleansing balm, a little bit oily, but so creamy and does a gorgeous job of removing makeup. And my skin was very oily before, so probably why this was a favorite this year was because my skin's a lot drier. So the creaminess and slightly oiliness of this was just really working and helping to keep my skin well hydrated and moisturized after cleansing. Another cleansing balm I loved was the Colleen Rothschild. Now this I've talked about, I've been using this for a while, and then I did a collaboration with her again this year where I got to try some products, more products from her line, and I replenished my Radiant Cleansing Balm, and I was like, oh, I forgot. This stuff's amazing. It is, if you want to try a cleansing balm, but you're like, I just don't know if I'm going to want like an oily texture, a thin texture, a thick texture, I don't know. And I don't know if I want it to be a second cleanse or a first cleanse. I just am new to the whole thing and I want to dip my toes into it. This is a perfect one to start with because it literally falls in the middle. It's not too thin, not too thick, not too watery, not too oily, not too dry. You can use it as a second cleanse because it does have wonderful ingredients in it and is a great treatment kind of to leave on your skin. Or you can use it as a first cleanse to remove makeup. Highly recommend trying that. Okay, so moisturizer-wise, let's talk about body products still. Kiehl's Creme de Corps. While I was pregnant, I went crazy for this. I went back to this. I've been using it for about 10 years. And I've never been without a bottle. Obviously, I'll test out different things here and there, but I forgot how much I love this until I pulled it out while pregnant. If you want a body lotion, but you don't want something very fragranced, and you want something you can use any time of the year, no matter if your skin is dry or your skin is quite normal because it's summertime or whatever. This is it. And maybe there's some men in your life. Maybe it's your significant other. Maybe it's friends, brothers, dads, whatever. This is, and they are looking for like a body lotion to try, but they don't want it to be fragranced or scented or, smell like their cologne. This is a great unisex body lotion. And there's a reason why it's a cult classic. There's a reason why it's one of Kiehl's top selling products. And I know that because I worked for Kiehl's for a few years. So from a stat standpoint, it is one of their top selling products and has been for years and with good reason. Okay, I Went back to my Shu Uemura cleansing oils. I try a ton of cleansing oils. I love a ton of cleansing oils, but if you want to know what my number one cleansing oil is that I will always go back to, and sorry, I have an itch, woo, always on camera, is the Shu Uemura cleansing oil. Any one of them. I just rotate through whatever one I feel like buying at the time. It truly, this is one of the first brands to do cleansing oils, to make it popular, especially over here. I worked for this brand as well, and I worked for a L'Oreal, and L'Oreal owned all those brands, Kiehl's, Armani, YSL, and Shu Uemura at the time. So I actually repped 4 brands at one time. So if you're like, how does she work for all these companies? I worked for them pretty much all at one time. And Shu Uemura really kind of broke the mold with cleansers when they introduced these cleansing oils, and especially when it came over to the US market. And this is what introduced me to cleansing oils. This is what changed my skin, and it still does. It's one of the best formulations out there. If you go to the site, there's multiple different ones to try. Just pick one. You'll love them all. Trust me. You no matter which one you pick, you may gravitate towards one or the other after trying them over time, but they rarely ever disappoint. Beauty Blender Cleanser Solid. Yeah, I just love this little thing for cleansing brushes. It's a little solid soap, and it has like a little pink scrubby pad that comes on top. And I know there are cheaper versions. You guys have sent me links to them. You guys have raved to me about them, but I am stubborn as a mule sometimes. And I just want to keep going back to what I like and what's easier, like what I know and what I like. I used to use Dawn or whatever dish soap, which is fine. I used that for 10 plus years. But I started buying this, and I didn't always want to run down to my kitchen and get my kitchen soap. So I started buying these just to have up in my bathroom so I can clean my brushes and my beauty blender. And I love it. It does such a good job. It's very quick, it's very easy, and my brushes feel very, very soft afterwards. Hair mask, the Way Hair Treatment Mask. I've tried a lot of hair masks, a lot of ones I do like. This one was definitely my favorite. It really helped to like replenish my hair and make it look like it's had a fresh cut and a fresh, trip to the salon. I don't like the way that it's packaged in these little packets. I don't like it. So that's the only bummer. But I get over that because what's in it is so worth it. Another Colleen Rothschild product made my best of beauty, and it was the Sheer Renewal Cream, which actually is one of her top-selling products. It's an oil-free moisturizer, but it's great for, I'm talking all skin types. You have oily, you have dry, you have more mature skin, you're just kind of starting out with skincare. It is a great moisturizer, especially for the day. It really helps to keep your skin hydrated throughout the day. It's not too oily, it's not too heavy, it's like a medium weight texture, but it says it has a mattifying finish, powdery finish. I don't find that it has a powdery finish for me. I do find, however, that it looks almost like a primer on your skin. It slightly blurs imperfections, which is what I love about it. And it has slight exfoliating properties, so it will help to retexturize your skin throughout the day, rather than going for like a really strong peel or, a strong exfoliating toner. This is a great way to add in a little bit of exfoliation to your routine daily without perhaps having irritation. All right. This was the number one purchased product, skincare product on my blog from this past year. It is the one skincare product that probably has been on my blog the longest, and I talk about the most, and so many of you purchased it this year, especially this year, and have emailed me or sent me DMs and like, I love it too. It is the Wren Bio Retinoid Anti-Aging Cream. It's fantastic because it targets breakouts like no other. It's an anti-aging cream, but it really does fantastic things with breakouts. And that's what first turned me on to it, or made me fall in love with it, was it helped my breakouts. Now I find it also helps me with like retexturizing my skin. It really helps to moisturize my skin. My skin looks like brighter, fresher, smoother when using it. I'll never, ever be without it. Good Genes made the cut this year again. It always will. It's a serum I constantly and consistently go back to. It's one of the only serums I've ever tried in the history of me trying skincare that truly has almost an instant result, like within the first night that you use it. So I keep going back to it a few times every year, and I'll just never be without it. The Advanced Night Repair by Estee Lauder. This was the year that I really got it into my routine. It is one of those very consistent products for me. It falls into the category of my Ulla Henriksen Truth Serum and my Clarins Double Serum. Neither one of those give me mind-blowing results, but they've never failed me. My skin, no matter how long I'm using them for, looks great. Doesn't break out. It's not too oily. It's not too dry. It's a little bit brighter. It's a little bit fresher, and it just stays consistent. That's what I found with this. Every time I went back to it, my skin just automatically was like, oh, great. The product that we love, because it would just consistently look good. So I had to include it this year. I finally jumped into a little more cosmeceutical brands this year because I did a great collaboration with Skin Store, so I had a chance to try some cosmeceutical brands, which a lot of you have been asking me about. SkinCeuticals, this was the standout product for me, trying the brand, the CE Ferulic Serum. It's a great antioxidant serum with vitamin C. This is great for during the day, really helps to target pigmentation, anti-aging concerns. It is one of their top selling serums, and now I totally know why. Another cosmeceutical product that I fell in love with was the Obagi Expoderm Forte. It is a daily exfoliator. So it's a cream, though, that I would apply in the morning under my moisturizer or under my SPF. And it really helps to exfoliate, but it's a stronger exfoliation than, let's say, this Colleen Rothschild. It's almost as strong for me as some of my exfoliating toners or exfoliating pads. I would notice the more days I would use it, my skin was like smoother and smoother and my pigmentation was going away. And even by the end of the day, my skin felt so much smoother each day I was using this. This again is one of their top selling products, and now I know why. The wet brush, fell in love with this. I never brushed my hair until they sent me this, and I was like, I'm gonna start brushing my hair to really get out all of the, some of the styling products from the night before. I'll brush it out in the morning, sometimes I'll brush it out in the evening, but it does a great job of not breaking my hair and getting through knots easily, and I love it. The Sicily Sunlea SPF 50. It's super pricey, but it is one of the best SPFs I've ever tried. It is an SPF 50 plus. It feels better than 80% of the moisturizers that are even in my collection. Not SPF moisturizers, just regular moisturizers. It feels that great. And I have worn this to the beach, the pool, and it gives serious sun protection in addition to feeling not even like a sunscreen. Many of you have purchased this and sent me messages and said, I did not want to spend that much on a sunscreen, but I have to over and over again because it's that good. So love hearing that. And my favorite face oil of the year, which might surprise you because I haven't talked about it that much, but I do use it a ton, is the La Prairie Cellular Swiss Ice Crystal Dry Oil. This is a drier oil. It instantly absorbs, so your skin's not left very dry or very oily, but I love it on my oily skin. When my skin was oily, I love it now my skin's drier. It's just, there's nothing like it. It is one of the most moisturizing, soothing, calming, glow-inducing face oils I've ever tried. Finally, the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. Like I said, I had a chance to try more of Elemis products this year. This fell into my no muss, no fuss moisturizer category. It's great. It's like this medium weight texture. And after I finished one, I was like, I grabbed for another. I was like, I don't want to be without this moisturizer. I just love it. And they also make a night cream, so I use this sometimes day and night. But what I saw the most was when I used it, my skin was very taut and like supple and bouncy. And it does like an anti-wrinkle day cream, but I found it was best for me for like firming. My skin would look so like taut. My jawline was so nice. Oh, forgot one more product. Sorry, this is a long video, but had to be. It's the best of. The Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. You've never tried this body cream? It's amazing. It has the most ridiculous fragrance scent. You smell like you're on like a Brazilian beach. It has like this beachy, creamy, vanilla-y scent, and it really does a fantastic job of firming. I used it a ton while pregnant, and I really loved it would instantly absorb, but my skin felt very firm. after using it. So I really, between that and the Kiehl's Creme de Corps, I would just kind of alternate between those two for a good portion of my pregnancy. And so that's it. My best of 2017, everything else category. I would love to hear what your best of for the year was, and leave me a comment below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.